$9. That's what they charged me for popcorn. Not lobster. Not a steak. Not a small bag of gold flakes harvested by monks during a lunar eclipse. Popcorn. A food so cheap it practically apologizes for existing. And yet, inside a movie theater, that humble little corn puff puts on a trench coat, changes its name, and starts charging rent. You walk in thinking the movie is the product. Cute. That's what they want you to think. Because the truth is darker, greasier, and covered in artificial butter. Movie theaters don't actually sell movies. They sell you the right to sit in the dark, so they can rob you at the snack counter. The name's Koala. Detective Koala. I investigate the crimes. Nobody reports because somehow everyone already paid for them. Today's case, the movie theater. A place where teenagers go on awkward dates, parents lose half a paycheck, and grown adults willingly pay $6 for tap water, wearing a soda costume. The mission is simple. Find out how a business that sells tickets to billion-dollar blockbuster still acts like it's one bad Tuesday away from bankruptcy. Because somewhere between the ticket booth and the concession stand, the money disappears. And when money disappears, I start sniffing around. I found fingerprints. They were buttery. Clue number 1, the illusion. Most people think movie theaters make their money from movie tickets. Reasonable assumption. You buy a ticket. You watch a movie. The theater gets paid. A beautiful little fairy tale. Almost brings a tear to my dead, economically traumatized eyes. Here's the ugly part. That ticket money doesn't stay at the theater. A big chunk of it goes straight back to the Hollywood studios, especially during the opening weeks, when a blockbuster is fresh, loud, and still pretending the sequel was necessary. Sometimes studios can take up to 80% of ticket sales. So when you buy a $15 ticket to see a superhero punch a sky laser for the 8th time, the theater may only keep a small slice, maybe a few dollars, maybe less, enough to pay for the lights, the staff, the rent, the seats, the cleaning, the air conditioning, and the emotional damage caused by people leaving nacho cheese in cup holders. Not exactly a criminal empire. More like a raccoon trying to run a luxury hotel. The theater doesn't control the movie. It doesn't own the franchise. It doesn't own the superhero. It just rents the right to show the spectacle. Hollywood brings the fireworks. The theater brings the carpet stains. And that's the first clue. The ticket isn't the business. The ticket is bait. Clue number 2, the real machine. The concession stand. That bright little shrine of financial violence sitting between you and Theater 7. You think it sells snacks? Wrong. It prints survival. Popcorn, soda, candy, that's where the margins live. A bucket of popcorn costs very little to make. Corn is cheap. Oil is cheap. Salt is cheap. The bucket probably has more emotional value than the food inside it. But once that popcorn crosses the sacred border into the theater lobby, it becomes premium cinema cuisine. The markup can be absurd. 800%, 1,000%, sometimes even 1,500%. A soda is even more suspicious. It's syrup, carbonated water, ice, and confidence. That's it. You're not paying for ingredients. You're paying for captivity. You're paying because the theater knows exactly where you are, exactly why you're there, and exactly how unlikely you are to leave. Because once you're inside, time changes. Logic dies. Money becomes fake. A $5 candy box starts looking reasonable because, hey, the popcorn is 9. That's not pricing. That's psychological warfare with cup holders. The ticket gets you in the building. The snacks keep the building alive. The movie is the lighthouse. The popcorn is the shipwreck. And we're all just sailors with debit cards. Clue number 3. Why we buy it. Because this is the part that hurts. Nobody forces us to buy the popcorn. There's no raccoon with a badge blocking the hallway. No one says buy the large combo or the movie stops. We do it ourselves, willingly, proudly, like little financial hamsters in reclining seats. Why? Captive audience. Once you're inside the theater, your options collapse. You're not going to leave, drive to a grocery store, buy a cheaper snack, come back, find parking again, and explain to your date why you abandoned them during the trailers. No, you're trapped, and the theater knows it. Then comes sensory marketing. That smell, the buttery, salty cloud drifting through the lobby like a yellow fog of bad decisions. You smell it before you see it. Before you even reach the counter, your brain is already filing paperwork. Popcorn required. Large size preferred. Financial regret approved. And let's be honest, movie popcorn doesn't even taste normal. It tastes like childhood, capitalism, and a mild warning from your doctor. It's not just food. It's ritual. You don't buy popcorn because you're hungry. You buy it because movies trained you to. Dark room, big screen, crunching sounds, sticky floor. That's the ceremony. And every ceremony needs an offering. Preferably one with an 1,100% markup. And now, the twist. The movie theater is not a movie business. It's a restaurant. A very strange restaurant. A restaurant where the menu is mostly corn, sugar water, and candy boxes the size of legal documents. A restaurant that uses a $200 million Marvel movie as mood lighting. Think about it. The movie gets you off the couch. The trailer makes you excited. The poster promises spectacle. The ticket gives you permission. But the concession stand? That's the checkout counter for your emotions. You came for the dragon. You paid for the soda. You came for the car chase. You paid for the nachos. You came to watch a fictional villain threaten the universe. And somehow the real villain was a medium popcorn combo. That's the genius of it. Legal, brilliant, greasy. The theater doesn't need to sell you the movie. Hollywood already did that. The theater just needs to catch you at the exact moment your brain says, well, since we're here. That sentence has funded more popcorn machines than any superhero ever could. The theater is a snack business wearing a cinema costume. And the costume is very convincing. Dark lights, big posters, epic music, all to hide the real operation. Cheap corn, expensive bucket, no witnesses, except everyone in the lobby dot, so the next time you walk into a theater and see that $9 popcorn staring back at you, don't be angry. Respect the hustle. That bucket climbed from agricultural poverty to luxury pricing in under 30 feet. Inspirational, really. A true underdog story. Except the dog is corn, and the under is your bank account. Movie theaters don't survive because movies are profitable. They survive because snacks are. The screen is the distraction. The lobby is the crime scene. And the concession stand? That's where the bodies are buried, covered in salt, drenched in fake butter, served in 3 sizes. Subscribe to Detective Koala case files, because the everyday economy is full of crimes. Some are hidden in contracts, some are buried in business models, and some come in a bucket with a free refill you'll never actually need. Case closed. But the next mystery is already waiting.